Band of Robbers is a modern-day adaptation of Mark Twain's classic Tom and Huck stories, but in our version, Tom and Huck are grown men and small-time criminals. You know, this project has been gestating for a very long time. It was the idea came back when I had first moved to New York City when I was 21 years old and was acting, and I auditioned for a Huckleberry Finn movie that it was verbatim the stories. It was Huck and Jim on the raft. Huck is a 13-year-old kid, and I was a 21-year-old man auditioning for the part. So the director sort of laughed at me, obviously, because I was this man-child trying to be a 13-year-old. And I walked out of there laughing, just being the absurdity that I was in that audition, and then thinking, what if Huckleberry Finn was a grown man saying the same things, wanting the same things? And that was the starting point. And then Aaron really came on and helped to shape it into a screenplay with me and figure it out.
Before it became a screenplay, there was a time where Adam was exploring it as a TV show because the books have so much rich material that really felt like that it lended itself to being able to be told out of over the course of a long time. But we, as he was working on that and we started dialoguing about it, it just started feeling like it made sense to make it as a movie. And then our producer, John Will, came on board, and he had the same feeling about it, that it felt like this should be a movie, that we need to pick what the elements are that we're going to work on. And that became the big struggle then, is taking this rich material and figuring out, okay, what do we keep? And then also, to what degree does this become its own thing? Because a 90-minute story is not going to be the adventures of Tom Sawyer and the adventures of Huck Finn. And so trying to maintain the heart of those stories, the essence of it that appealed to us initially, be faithful to that, but then still make a thing that stands on its own as a 90-minute film. Yeah. That was the biggest hurdle to overcome. And I think once we really figured out the blueprint for what that would be, then things moved. The writing process moved pretty fast. Yeah. The screening was great. We've loved this festival. The turnout is amazing.
Yeah.
The local involvement
an energetic audience. Yeah, the questions, you could tell that people were super involved in the film and enjoyed it. And it's just nice to come to a festival and have the community come out and support it, and to experience your movie with an audience in a place that you never would have before. And like when your movie's released, it's just out there in the ether. It's so special to be able to watch it with that audience and experience it with that audience.
Yeah, and the level of local involvement with the festival, I think, is a real testament to the quality of the festival. I think that's one of the things that have gone to a lot of film festivals that allows us to tell right away what the festival experience is going to be like, and what the lifespan of the festival you can anticipate is the level of enthusiasm from the locals. It's true. And it's been terrific here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, making a movie it's such a huge life commitment. I think that's something that you don't understand until you've made a movie, and we knew that going into this because we had made one before, but you go into a movie knowing that it's going to be years of your life that are actively all day, every day working on that project. And then years after, where it's still going to be a big part of your life, and you're going to be promoting it and trying to get it out there still. So being at this phase of it is sort of a strange, bittersweet thing where you're outside of the just energy and rush of being on set and building up to production, and even the edit where you're discovering magical new things. But this window that we're in now, where we're exhibiting the movie at film festivals, I feel like is the shortest window where you experience it with an audience, and you get to feel all of that energy and rush that you did on set one more time as the audience discovers it for the first time. It can become a very magical environment. So this phase of the process, I feel like, is probably the most rewarding as the filmmaker. But there is also that part of you that you can kind of see that part of the journey is kind of ending, and it's going to move into a more like kind of business thing soon. So it's also a little bittersweet. Yeah.
Yeah, well, ditto. It's the festival, like Adam was saying, the festival window. The festival window is.
He's gonna cry. He cries every time he says this. Yeah. He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry. It's all right. Let him cry. Let him cry.
The festival window is this very unique kind of magical moment in the process that you get to experience the film with the audience. And after this, it is out there in a wider release, and that's very exciting. It's exciting to get it out there basically to anybody who wants to see it. It's going to be available, but we're not going to experience that with them in the same way that we did with the festival. And so this moment right now is fleeting and special. It's also very exciting, this next phase that we're going into, and we look forward to seeing what the wider world, how they respond to it, and I really hope that people are able to find it and discover it, because I think there's I think there is a wide audience for it. It's a fun movie, and I think people will enjoy it.